well.
So we have the privilege of being joined in the studio by a man who is simply a living legend. Some of you may know him by Danny, others a nickname that we just cannot say on the air. But most of you will know him by the legend that is Bear.
Woo!
You alright, Daniel?
Good guys, how's guys?
Yeah. How would you like to be addressed today?
I feel like we'll keep it, the pleasantries there. Bear will do.
Bear will do, right, okay, no probs. That was Calvin Harris and My Way. What a fantastic song to start the show off. So, we've got Bear in the studio. Thanks very much for coming on the studio, Bear.
No problem, guys.
I imagine at the minute a lot of people are sitting at home thinking, how did he get the name Bear? So, would you like to elaborate on that, please?
Yeah, it's so once you go into the schools, you build a character, you build a persona up, and it was something that just popped straight into my head. I was like, I was a wild bear. Steve found me in like a cave up in the mountains, and he brought me down, taught me how to be human, showed me how to
Whoa, I'm not getting my fingerprints on that train wreck, buddy lad.
Yeah, I'm not sure Steve knows how to sharpen his fingernails.
No, I don't know, you should see them.
He taught me. That's what the kids get taught. Steve knows his way around fingernails and toenails and that.
Is it true that your favourite food is salmon?
Possibly. I mean, honey now and again, like a little bit of sugar.
Loves a bit of sugar.
A little bit of sugar in there. It's just one of them. It's just stuck as well. The kids now think that I'm a real bear that's been given elocution lessons.
Right.
I know how to talk now. I think some of them
really respond to that.
Yeah, they go wild for it. They're like, my God, you could teach a bear how to talk. I feel like they're going to be heartbroken when they get a real bear.
Let's hope nobody does buy a child a real bear for Christmas. So Bear, obviously your job title is Rockets Community Coach. It's a very vague title. What does that even mean?
Basically I belong to the community.
Right.
It's my job to engage everyone within the local area, with like the positivity sport can bring. All sports can bring real happiness to kids, gets them engaged, gets them out and about, gets them mixing with their kids. I spend a lot of my time coaching children in schools, whether that's primary schools, secondary schools or SEN schools.
Alright, what's SEN for people at home?
It's, for the ones who don't know, it's special educational needs.
Right, that sounds great, mate. Obviously you're doing a lot in there. I know from Steve, obviously, that the Rockets is a rugby club, so predominantly I'm assuming, and possibly the listeners might be assuming, that potentially you just teach rugby in schools? Rugby, in fact?
Yeah, no, it's one of the ones. We teach rugby within the schools. That's what obviously we're linked to a rugby club, but we obviously offer kids and adults the opportunity to play at our club, and in a small part we do as a community organisation. For examples in the schools though, it's not just down to rugby. We coach multi-skills, football, and we run other projects as well, such as like a healthy lifestyle program designed and designated to the kids, to educate the students and the parents of the dangers of certain diseases like cardiovascular disease, diabetes and childhood obesity. They're the silent killers. We really want kids now in this day and age to be active.
Of course, mate, of course. To be honest, I never really knew any of that, if I'm perfectly honest, mate.
If we'll throw some stats out there, we'll try and put to the kids, because it's one thing saying it, but numbers can back it up as well. Did you know that 435 people daily die due to cardiovascular disease?
Wow, I did not know that now.
That's over 7 million people that struggle daily with this.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of them.
Very husky.
For the listeners at home, Bear is a husky gentleman.
Yeah.
Is that what
yeah, husky, Rubenesque.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's one of the things. A lot of people don't know these numbers, and that's why we created the program, and that's why we deliver it free in schools, in local community groups. The fact is, a lot of these cases have been prevented by a proper diet and exercise, something I have not stuck to. But it's we at the club just think it's something we can help change and educating children at a younger age. We start teaching the kids, they'll take it back to their parents. The parents will start taking note and going, "Ooh, what is this?
Yeah.
What are you on about?" And if we start understanding it and what the problem is, we can start fixing it.
No, I totally agree. People know that I'm very vocal about parenthood, and I certainly, if I had a child, I would want my child to understand the dangers of lack of exercise, and the fact that you as a club are delivering that for free within the schools. It's a fantastic, amazing thing to do. So credit to you.
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, like I said, they're free. There's so many constraints now. Schools, local community groups, where they've got to pay for stuff.
Sick of hearing about budgets and
Oh, mate, tell us about it. But yeah, so obviously it's amazing what you're doing there. If somebody sat there listening who's a head teacher or someone who runs a sport for the school or a community group or that scouts or something like that, how do they even go about getting in touch with you?
Yeah, it's just that simple. We obviously, like, you can check on our website. The website is www.cramlingtonrockets.co.uk.
Look there, mate, well done.
Or, gotta plug it. Or they can email the community department on rocketscommunity@gmail.com. I think everyone has access to an email or to the internet. If they don't, obviously try and get that.
Pigeon, something like that, yeah, that could do alright, couldn't it? Home and pigeon?
Yeah, but I mean, Telegram, smoke, and I did
Smoke signals. Yeah, but again, we do not encourage anybody to smoke. No, that's class. So just kind of moving on from a little bit from that, because this is our very first ever guest on the radio show, we're going to be nice and we're going to let you pick 2 songs. Now,
appropriate though, Daniel.
yeah. Now I promise, I can't promise they're going to be giving my track record. All right, I think it's quite safe to say I can't promise that they're going to be the songs that we're going to play.
I'm not even sure we're on the air yet.
No, ma. If you can't hear, would you get in touch? If you can hear, how do you know who said that? So Bear, go on. We've already kind of. I pray to God we've rehearsed this.
2 songs.
2 songs. Yeah, pretend you've racked your brain.
Right. There we go. That's
Like Luke, you got it wrong.
Journey.
No, we can't have Journey. That's banned from Koast Radio from 4 till 6.
Can we go? I mean, song of my childhood. I think it's just one of the most iconic songs around. It's Pretty Green Eyes.
I hope so.
And if you don't mind, one of the most chilled back songs that I've ever had in my lifetime, I'd love to kick back this one, is just Uncle Cracker, Follow Me.
Well, again, Mr. Bear. There's no promises, but after this show advert, I'm hopefully going to be playing Ultra Beat, Pretty Green Eyes, and Uncle Cracker, Follow Me. You're listening to The Sideline on Koast Radio.
What we're going to do, we're going to move on now and we're going to give Daniel a little bit of time on the radio and pick his brain a little bit about what's been going on in the community. So, Mr. Bear, 2016 was a massive year for yourself, not just personally, but also for the club that you volunteer for and work for. You picked up a contribution to Schools Rugby League Award. You came runner-up in Coach of the Year, and the club that you work for, Cramlington Rockets, just missed out on winning National Club of the Year. Now, my question to you, Bears, do you not think you could have done more? No, in all seriousness, that's a huge lot of accolades there. What was all that like?
First, so I got a minute. What? So Bears already won national contribution to Schools Rugby League and lots of other things. Yeah. How many awards have you won in sport? I'm just not asking to have a go. I'm asking out of curiosity.
I won a penalty shootout once. So anyway, just ignore Steve because he's jealous. Mr. Bear, what was that like?
Mr. Bear's my father. Bear will do.
It's almost bearable, that joke. Yeah, we've started.
I'm out.
Oh my God, Phil.
It was a bit surreal, to be honest. Firstly picking up the individual award was an amazing moment. Getting a trophy, even as a kid and an adult, it still feels nice winning something.
Oh, definitely.
I think your listeners will agree. We don't get into it for the personal glory. I don't. My manager hates me because I should be all about the personal glory, but me...
I'm sure your manager has his reasons.
Unfounded, of course.
Well, I'm all about the stash myself, but yeah, sorry, go on, what were you saying, mate?
Yeah, it's someone's done, it's just, for the stash, everyone's in for the stash, you can't be looking around looking a bit fly like me, big bright orange and black fellas, unmissable. I was already unmissable being the big husky fellow that I am, but add a bit of orange in there, but it's just to be recognised. I believe it was the schools themselves who nominated me for the award, so that's really pleasing to be
yeah, because it's not someone that it's someone that's recognised you for the work that you're doing yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like a panel of judges who go on credits oh, what's he done, how's he doing it. It's actually the schools who choose me. It's the schools who went, oh, actually, something, he's actually made a real difference to these kids. you know, and I mean, I got to go down to Wembley as well, so you know,
fantastic.
you kind of.
Wembley was a good do as well, mate, wasn't it? I mean, for the listeners that haven't quite clicked yet, I am a colleague of Bears. Some might call me his boss. I do. I know that.
Some would say owner.
Horrible
Some might say
based on your relationship with that.
No, we're a lot worse than that. You know, say yeah. So just to kind of, I know Gilly's been very humble here. The Bears been very humble, but we Bear picked up an award where the schools nominated him for the contribution to schools rugby league award. He got to go down to Wembley. Well, actually, mate, we ended up driving down to Wembley, didn't we?
Oh yeah, because that was a lovely journey.
Yep, we found out that not only can I not be a good radio DJ, I'm also a terrible navigator. I think that's the right way to say it. And yep, indeed. And so basically, for those listening at home, I thought it would only take about 4 hours to get to London in a car.
I mean, that's a reasonable thing to think.
That's a reasonable thing. Combined with the fact that it was bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
And
I mean, I bet you didn't even look at a map.
I didn't. Well, sat nav. Why? I'm not in the army. Do you know what I mean? So, are we? So yeah. So we set off at, you know, like what we thought was a reasonable hour, like 8 o'clock to get there for 1 or whatever. And we hit every bit of traffic. Luke's cut out his toes. Was that right? The maths?
Yeah, I was just had to count my fingers.
Lovely. And we literally didn't work, Gilly. We hit every bit of traffic going, didn't we?
Oh yeah, traffic lights were not on our side that day.
No.
The traffic.
Not worse.
Yeah, but luckily Wembley, they were very nice themselves, weren't they? And just talk through that a bit, Gilly. Like, how was that? So you picked up the award. Like, first of all, explain to people what happened when we got down there and stuff.
Well, the journey down there, I didn't stop believing. You know, hey, get that one in.
Journey is out in force tonight.
Yeah, but the RFL were great. Like, we got there, the journey being a horrible one. But it was an awful journey down there. But it was just, the RFL were great. We got there, they had like games going on, and like halfway during one of the games, I think it was Castle for Tigers, like the schools was playing, and they presented us the award in front of the entire fans, the stands, right. You know.
So I mean, am I right in thinking, did you get there late? So the ceremony had actually finished.
Fashionably late.
Right.
And a bit more, you know. But the ceremony had finished, you know, we rocked up, you know, the scene when my suit and tie looking flyers out, and, you know, they give us present us with the award in front of all the people.
Right.
I mean, it was weird. It was like, I don't think anyone knew who we were.
Right.
But it was like, yay, we've won an award, thank you.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. So,
pitch storm ever, like two random Geordies in suit and booted, storming on the field at half time before.
After everything had finished, I can just picture it would just be fantastic and quite apt for you guys. Yeah. So I mean, obviously that was for the work that you do in the community, but then you've also come runner-up as Club Coach of the Year. So I mean, correct us if I'm wrong, but that seems to have more of a performance kind of feel to it. So
some would say I was robbed. Possibly,
right?
You know, you win a treble. You know,
don't tell us Stephen was up on number 1.
Possibly. I think he was on the panel.
If I was up for the award, I would have won it.
There we go.
But seriously, it's an honour to be nominated. You know, but if I'm being honest, it was all down to the lads on the training field. As much as cliche as that sounds, it genuinely is. Our lads sitting down there, I look good on the sidelines. You know, them guys are like doing the hard work on the training pitch and like on the pitch. You know, and they've been a great squad. That squad that we had was like, they were amazing. You know, and it was a wonderful opportunity to coach them. Some of them have went on to go on to be like semi-professionals. Some are going professionals. One, I've got a couple of lads who play for Newcastle Thunder under 19s academy. Right. You know, and we've just had a lad. He's on the dark side of rugby.
Right.
You know,
I assume for the listeners that's rugby union.
Rugby union, yes. You know, contentious, throw it in there, but no, like. We were about obviously building lads up to to reach their potential, and the lad is a young lad called Tom Marshall, played for Blythe Rugby Union, right, as well as us. And
Tom, great kid, lovely family.
Amazing, you know, just such a humble lad. He's just went over to the Bahamas, the lucky bugger, getting that sun, sea, and get a bit of rugby on it as well.
Absolutely,
you know, and it's just them kind of things, you know. It's just nice to be part of that, just watch them grow.
I was going to say, it must be quite fulfilling as a coach to see our players go on to make it at a pro level or even a semi-pro level. To be able to go and play a sport and get paid for it is a fantastic achievement in anyone's eyes, personally, I believe. But as a coach, to to educate and give them skills to them lads, and for them to go on and make a pro. That must be pretty satisfying and fulfilling.
I just hope, like, on that journey that they've gone on, like, you know, that they've had a laugh, they've enjoyed it. You know, it is satisfying to see them, like, the fruits of their labour have come to, like, and some of them have come to fruition. They're playing professional, they're playing on 19s league, they're going around the country, they're going around the world to play. Yeah. You know, and I mean, the lad who beat us to the coach of the year, you know, thoroughly deserved it as well. Right. Because he's Alan Stevenson of Wallsend Eagles. You know, he deserves it.
Yeah,
you know,
another community hero out there.
Yeah, the work he's done at Wallsend, you know, it's you don't think of the hours that goes into it, but it is amazing.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. It's great to hear all the stories, mate. So then again, in that year, the Rockets finished second in the whole country for National Club of the Year. Fantastic feat, well done, Rockets. So being pipped to the post by one of the oldest rugby league clubs in the country, which I believe was Siddle. So to answer this bit, how does a team go from training in a car park to second in the country?
When you got someone like me, bro, you put fans in the stands.
I got a bit. I thought you were the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be.
We will get to that later, my friends. Yeah, we certainly will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, well, that's going to be mint. I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, obviously it's a fair question. I mean, for the listeners, Gilly, how did the Rockets make that transformation? I love the way Luke put it, from a car park to being second in the country.
As much as we joked on there, I put the fans' hands. As much as I'd love to say that it's all me and nothing could happen without me, I simply can't. It started with Stephen's dad. You know,
Stephen's dad, he's getting a mention on this show every week. So
he's even listened last week as well, you know. I say it's the nicest thing I've said to him in 6 years.
He didn't even listen.
Is that
100% shout out?
I couldn't believe it. What's that?
Is that 100% shout out?
He has. Everybody else who's texting and tweeting, thanks so much for getting in touch, and you still can do that, by the way. Yeah. But yeah, they'd be a bit annoyed. Anyway, sorry.
Be interested to see if he knows what a radio is.
Not wireless.
But it was Stephen's dad. Like, he created this philosophy: every child and adult is valued, and, like, you know, it's something that's continued on.
Yeah.
You know, he was the biggest pain in the backside at times. But him being that pain in the backside was what drove us on to, like, we've got friends for life. Yeah. You know, it's, you don't think you just, like, have a Joe that understands how appreciates how much hard work goes into it, the time he put in, the effort he put into starting the club up and what it is now, the time and effort. There's this, I don't see myself as an unsung hero. There's other people at this club that genuinely put in man hours that it's crazy when you think of it.
I agree.
Yeah, but I'm sure there must be, like, football clubs, cricket, tennis. All these clubs must have their own unsung heroes as well, and who put in that much time and effort as well, you know.
Of course, you know, I mean, 100%, you know. But to answer your question, I think it's important that each club have its set of values, though, and it's important for them to work everything else out after that, and that's what Steve did. He set a club with a set of values that it's not changed, you know. For us, everything was focused on creating the best possible environment for everyone that's affected by our brand. Yeah. So that's things like making sure that all our volunteers are the right people for the roles, you know, making sure that the volunteers themselves feel valued. You've got to feel valued. The moment you feel valued, you know, you love your job. You know, it's half the battle. If you can go into a job or like
I couldn't agree more, mate. I think it's important to retain volunteers, but also good quality volunteers, like we talked about last week. The right volunteers. So I appreciate that 100% agree with you. Keeping them volunteers and making them feel respect is fantastic. Sorry, mate.
I agree with you guys. It's if your kid feels valued, the parent's going to enjoy bringing the kid down. It's going to put a smile. It's a knock-on effect.
Of course.
You know, and
success breeds success, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely.
I mean, we work very hard on doing, like, those little things, and if it's a byproduct of being successful on the field, then so be it. You know, but at the end of the day, if I've got kids who can go away in life now and say, you know, I had a great laugh as being a kid. Yeah, I can say that. There's some awful times, some muddy fields to play on, some awful weather play when I was a kid, but them values that Steve, his dad, like, obviously instilled in us in the club.
And what's fascinating, mate, is that you've actually taken them values and that philosophy as a kid, being coached by Steve and Steve's team at the time, which I'm being generous, but he probably didn't have a team around them. So you've taken them philosophies and them values, you've moved them on forward and put them into your coaching and adapted it yourself and put your own little flow on it and said, like, you know, I want kids to enjoy it, I want kids to have a laugh. Now there'll be people listening now at home who are maybe at smaller clubs, not quite as big as the Rockets or not quite as evolved as the Rockets have become, and they're just saying to themselves now, that's great, we've created a good environment but we haven't really taken off. So what would you say to them who are maybe at the smaller part that the Rockets were at some stage? How can them evolve their club?
In all honesty, it's persistence and patience. If you've ever worked with me, Steve must have the patience of a saint. And if being Steve's dad, I can imagine his dad, no wonder he turned great early on.
Yeah.
You know, it's persistence.
I spend a lot of time with Steve.
Yeah.
And patience isn't one of his key attributes, I can tell you that now.
But with kids and with parents alike, it's persistence and patience. And if that's what, like, if that was hard to think, like, people wouldn't be doing it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them ones, like, if you can stick to that, you've got it.
Yeah.
So interesting though, because I've kind of got a bit of an invested interest, so I'm sitting there listening, letting you guys chat away and stuff. But being honest with you, Gilly, how did you feel? And I'm sure loads of people like who are coaches who listen to the show and who got in touch with last week saying, you know, we said a few things last week that kind of made them think about themselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're sat there and I'm sure they're kind of like reminiscing a little bit as well whilst you were talking. How did you feel the first time I ever dumped 30 kids on you? And just because that's what I did, literally.
Yeah.
After
Just drop them in the deep end. There you go, mate.
There you go. So sink or swim.
Yeah.
Let's see what you made of. How do you feel?
Deep end with concrete boots.
Oh,
I felt like the Godfather, Luca Brasi. I was sleeping with the fishes that day. You know something, Coach?
Gilly's more funny than me, you do.
Yeah, he's not coming on the show again.
No, he's not. He's not.
Coaching the kids is fine. Do you know something? Like, because I'm as mad as a box of frogs anyway, you know.
I'd second that.
And it's once coaching kids is fine, because if you can keep them enthused and you can keep them just alive and loving it, then and then they weren't the problem.
Right.
It's when you've got like a big hawk sitting behind you, looking. Obviously, Steve had taught me everything, like the programs, the plans, everything like that. But trying to put into practice, I was sitting there loving it, and then I realised he's standing behind me, and I was terrified by Steve.
I know how precious he is about how he wants things done. Some would call him a control freak, not me.
Oh, he likes to micromanage.
I just like high standards, boys.
But it wasn't the kids. It was because I wanted to impress him. Like he's a mate. Yes, he's my manager. But like it's one of them ones you do. You just sit there and go, I'm terrified to mess up for him.
The thing is, so now I've done like very little coaching compared to you guys, but I think the thing is with young people or children is engagement, and once you engage them, like it's as long as you seem confident and you're putting something across that's fun, then it's not so much of an issue. It's more the pressure of the people, and I understand what you're saying. It's more the pressure of the people behind you, of the systematic coaching era, where it's saying, well, actually, you didn't teach him to, carry the ball right. It wasn't in his... And I know Steve's quite progressive as a coach, so I know that's a little different. But in its own sense, he's putting his own pressure on you to then become a more progressive coach like him. And although that's good, people come under pressure and they rise to it. I think it's fascinating that you're more...
my thing with you, there is, I think I've seen you on a journey. I've seen that when you first started, and I always tell people this story, okay, when we first interviewed Bear, and I'll be honest with you, the session was terrible. Do you know what it was? His session was absolutely terrible.
You can't be an expert in one session though, can you?
The thing is though, right, we had loads of people apply for this job, and I remember that your session plan was, I think it was pretty much written on a packet of crisps or something, and
Benson and Hedges,
Mike
Bassett kind of thing.
The session plan was just terrible. I'm not
right.
gonna lie. In terms of the recording of the session plan, his delivery was just woeful in the sense of you knew you'd never coached before. But you had one thing that outweighed every single one of those coaches that went for that job, and that was you and me, mate. Duncan. That was you had that likability factor. I watched this little girl fall in love with you when you just started acting daft around her, and that I said to it was myself and there was the two of our people at the interview panel. We looked at each other and we said, Julius, he gets a job because we can teach, and this is for any coaches listening out there, you can teach someone to coach, you can't make someone likeable.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. I think that's actually a credit to yourself, Daniel. That's praise to yourself.
It touched my heart. It's the nicest thing he's ever said about me. No, seriously.
And that actually that brings us on lovely to our next song, which is going to be "Larger Than Life" by Backstreet Boys. So you're listening to the Sideline on Koast Radio 106.6 FM.
Welcome back. You're listening to Sideline on Koast Radio, and of course we are joined by the award-winning Danny the Bear Gilroy.
Excellent. So just before we're getting into more stuff with Bear, lots of people have been saying good things about him, so he's not going anywhere just yet. Loads of people have been in touch with the Facebook page and with ourselves. Big shout out to Matthew and Johnny, who have been listening for the last 2 weeks. They're obviously lifers. Thank you very much. A big shout out to Bear's personal trainer, Stu Walker. Work on your personal training, mate, because Bear's not looking in the greatest of shape. No, big shout out to Stu. Thanks for listening.
We are hoping to have Stu come on the show. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He's actually, I'll name drop him.
Some people like this shape.
He's a strength and conditioning coach for not just Newcastle Thunder, but also Newcastle Falcons as well.
Right.
Very intelligent man, so it's nice to hear that we've got a minor celebrity listening.
Look forward to seeing you on the show, Stu, mate. And the big man himself is actually listening, Steve Beattie. I believe last week he couldn't listen because of something like work or something, did he say?
The old people's home obviously didn't let the radio go on.
The old people's home, yeah.
So thanks very much, Steve, for listening. Excellent. So today we've talked a lot about Bear's sporting achievements, but whilst doing some research on the internet, I came across something extremely fascinating, and if I'm totally honest, I'm giddy with excitement about this.
I'm a little bit terrified because there's some very dark things on the internet, so let's just remember it's a family show and we're all happy and we're having a good time.
Yes, nothing like that, my friend, nothing like that. Obviously your mind needs to be reattuned. But did you know that we have a TV star with us today? So I'm going to play this for you. That's right, our first ever special guest was on the hit TV show Total Wipeout.
Oh, is there no end to your talent, young man?
So, Danny, how did that even happen that you managed to make it on Total Wipeout? That's your cue to speak.
Is that my cue to speak? I'm dying ever so slightly with a little bit of embarrassment there. Way to put a brother on a spot. It was not me that signed up for Total Wipeout.
Right.
As much as I am the crazy and wild figure that I am, it was my mum who signed me up to it. I don't know what she was planning on doing. Don't know why she was looking at it, but she signed me up with the company Endemol. They run like all the programs like Deal or No Deal,
Big Brother and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah, the reality TV shows kind of thing. And she signed me up. I come in from work one day. I was working at the DWP at the time, and they turn around and she goes, I've signed you up for something wonderful. He has me thinking, ooh, what's this going to be? It's like, thinking nothing will come of it,
like fat camp or something.
Yeah, well, damn,
hot,
cold. And she went, I've signed you up to a game, like a TV game show.
Right.
I went, oh, awesome. Thinking nothing would come, but go along with it. And she goes, I've signed you up for something called Total Wipeout.
Right.
And
had you seen the show before?
No.
Before she'd signed you up?
No, I hadn't. She signed me up. She signed me up to it, and then she went, "Oh, don't worry, it's a bit like Keith Chegwin's It's a Knockout." Again, I was like, "Okay, this is something I've not heard of. Let me have a look at this."
Would you not just be a bit like, "Mom, what are you doing?"
I know, yeah. I'll be a little bit curious.
Again, we go back to this patience. I am a saint. But she signs me up to it, and I go along, and it was at Eldon Square.
Right.
I think I was going to get a response back. Got a response back. They went, come along to Eldon Square. We'd love to interview you. Have a do a little bit of a course, and just we'll work it from there. Thought, well, what's the worst that could happen? Let's go along, have a bit of a laugh, get a free day off work. And
you went along to Eldon Square. And what did they make you do in Eldon Square? What was the interview process like at that point?
Horrible things.
Right.
Unspeakable things. They made me, obviously, at the time, I was still, if you look at the video, it's on YouTube, I'm still I was not as husky, but, still a rather round fellow.
Yeah. I believe Steve's going to put the link on the Facebook page.
Just managed to find it. It didn't take that much to find it, if I'm being honest. It's got a lot of views.
Yeah.
You can look at our Koast Radio Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop the link up there whilst you guys are talking away here.
Well, it was went on down to Eldon Square. They had it obviously in their like sports centre bit. They set out like a little bit of an assault course, you know, the balance beams, the crash mats, the hopping over the horses and all that. Not real horses, you know. Surprised they didn't just throw that in there for a bit of a curveball to us. But and obviously, I must have done wonderful at that, you know, falling off the balance beams, smashing at the crash mats.
How did you do it? So I know you've been a little
I did better in the trial run than I did on the video. A lot better.
It's now live on Facebook. You can go on the page. You can go on the Koast Radio Facebook page, and it's there in all of its glory to watch.
So you've got to the Eldon Square. You've done the trial. You've obviously fell a lot of times.
Yeah, that's my.
What happened after the Eldon Square part?
They do that. They obviously do the assault course and then take you upstairs. Just a little room with almost like an interview panel. It was like, oh, this didn't feel like this was going to be coming along. I didn't think I did really well enough on the assault course to warrant being in an interview process. And I got there and they were like, right, there's a camera on you now. All you want to do is going to ask you a few questions and you are just going to respond back with some answers. Don't worry about waffling. I was like, don't worry about anything like that. You know, just try not to swear.
Yeah.
And we'll
that
go
sounds
along
a
with
bit like.
Sounds like the brief we give for this show.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds similar.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like there's a camera on me now. If this is a game show, then I feel like I'm failing. And it was just one of them ones. In that line there that you hear, the best there is, the best there was, and the best ever will be. It was the first thing that popped in my head. They asked me a question like, so why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be on this game show? You know, what spurs you on to be?
Where's that from? Who says that? It's a wrestler, isn't it?
It is. Wrestler was one of the most famous wrestlers in the business, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Okay. Shout out to Bret.
Yeah. I made Bret.
Yeah.
I used the line thinking, you know, first thing that popped in my head. I actually tried to change that before I went on the show. Right. I actually tried to change it to something like give my boys a shout out. But because obviously they didn't want me to be like, well, hold on, what's he going to say? Just stick to your line. Yeah, got a lot of hatred for that. A lot of wrestling fans did not like me.
So obviously you did that part, Eldon Square. And after that, you would have, I believe the show's not filmed in England.
No.
What happened from there? Where did you go? How did it happen?
Well, you wouldn't get that kind of sun in England. No, did the audition, got the letter back saying, you know, we really enjoyed your audition process. You know, would you love to be part of the show? Wanted to be on it. Said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. My mum's giggling her face off, going, ha, where are you going? Which I was able to flip back on that because when at the bottom of the letter went, you'll be going to Argentina for a week.
Oh, nice.
Fly down to Heathrow, all expenses paid. Fly down to Heathrow, fly out to Argentina via Sao Paulo. So I know I got a brief stay in Brazil. Take that off the bucket list.
Samba town.
No, but then straight out to Argentina and a week of. I mean, yeah, we're getting up early and obviously doing the show. You obviously you're there all day because obviously you're a group of 20 people. You go over, you get on the show, you do all the obstacles, and it's done there and then on the day. So you'll do Monday it'll be one section, Tuesday will be the next section, but you still go along. You're not allowed to roam Argentina or Buenos Aires is where it was at. You know, you've just got to go to the set. But amazing place, and anyone I've had umpteen people go, oh, that looks dead easy, that looks try do things like that in 32 degrees worth of heat, my friend, even if you're as Mo Farah, right? Whether you're built like me or built like Mo Farah, it is hard.
I still think I do better than Gilly.
Did you get punched by one of the punchy McPunch things?
Punchy McPunch things? That's actually the technical term. It's a punching wall, is that right?
Yeah, it is. Punching wall.
Punching wall, there you go.
That doesn't sound very technical. I prefer punching wall.
I'll go for that one.
The punching wall was fun. Yeah, the video that you'll see on YouTube is on the Koast Radio page is one where I get hit in the face. You don't see the one that catches me down low in the Crown Jewels. It's why Richard Hammond selected me as the best knockout of Total Wipeout on that series.
Oh, okay.
You didn't win another award, did you?
Yes, I did for being the best punch, best sucker punch, best sucker punch.
The best person to be able to take a punch anywhere on the body. Daniel Gilroy, #1 award.
Oh, Richard Hammond made his career off me. His career skyrocketed because of me getting punched.
Did you have fun, mate?
I would implore anyone in the world, go do something like that. You know, go have fun. It was I did it on a whim.
Yeah. Did you win?
I think we can safely say now, you know, my contractual agreement with Endemol must be over by now, so I did not win. You know, £10,000 worth of prize money would have sounded wonderful, would have been amazing, but...
I'd rather have a trophy that says best sucker punch of the year, mate.
I've got that.
What, so I mean, obviously that sounds a fantastic experience. I mean, personally I would love to do Total Wipeout. I think I've applied to go on to the island.
You think you've applied? I mean, is that like, are you not sure you pressed enter or something? Or I mean, I think I applied, but I don't know what happened.
So I have.
So you've applied to go to Ireland.
The island.
The island. Oh, right. Top of the morning to you.
You need a visa to go to Ireland, do you?
I don't like potatoes. So anyway. So that said, I've applied, for the island, the Bear Grylls show at the island 3 times, and I've never even got an interview. So what am I doing? What am I doing wrong?
I can talk to my homeboy for you. Yeah, you know, Bear Grylls. I mean, him like that. You know, honestly.
What would be your advice for me now? Because I've applied for that show 3 times.
If you want to try it, just keep applying. Honestly, there's the amount of game shows that come out now.
Earlier. I don't think you did that on purpose, but persistence and perseverance.
It is. It's all about persistence, perseverance, and patience. It's one of them ones. It'll come along. I've got a friend who went on Total Wipeout with me. Right. He's been on 3 different game shows. He was on the Cube.
Right.
He's on the Chase, and I think he was on Deal or No Deal.
I'm not sure I've got the brain power for the Chase.
Oh, good God, no, I'm a bear.
And I know you haven't got the brain power for the Chase.
Excellent. So, I mean,
I think I've got the brain power, I just don't know. Lovely. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I don't know about you, mate, but I'm having a laugh.
Yeah.
I'm having a giggle. I think
what about the people at home?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Stay tuned in, Terry, so only now one more to go. I think what we're going to do, I think Bear would like to stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Are you happy to stick around a little bit longer?
Yeah.
I am currently typing in a song that I don't even know exists, because as many of you might know at home that I'm not really up to date with modern music.
Or technology,
clearly, yep. So, you know, what song could happen next generally is anybody's guest. But I think what we're going to do, guys...
What about guest?
What did I say?
Guest.
Okay. Well, it's either one, really, isn't it? It's anybody's guess, and Bear is our guest.
Right.
That makes sense. That's English, isn't it? Right, okay. Well, I don't know is the honest answer. But what I am telling you I'm trying to do is, I think what's going to be best is, because we've got a lot of messages on the text, which remember you can text us on 07858 429 316, and the Facebook page, which is Koast Radio. We're going to have a look at all them. I'm going to play one more song. We're going to keep Bear around a little bit longer. We're going to play a daft game after this, then we're going to do the 15-minute takeover, then we're going to cover boxing and MMA. How does that sound with you?
Sounds brilliant.
Right, okay, but first there is an ad, and then we are going to go Robin Williams' Angels, and this is for the lovely Catherine.
Awesome song there from the legend that is Robbie Williams.
Not Robin Williams.
No, which is what you said.
Thanks very much for sending that message. Yes, thanks. Who was that? David, thanks for getting in touch. Yes, Robbie Williams, not Robin Williams.
So that is the end of Daniel's little interview. He's going to stick around for the rest of the show and just help out with some of the combat sports research that we've been doing, or discussion. So thanks very much, Dan, for coming on the show. Daniel, the Gilroy, Mr. Bear, whatever you would like to call him. Thank you very much.
But before we go,
it's all right. Before we go, we just wanted to find out what's next for the Rockets. Do you have any plans for summer, or does it quiet down?
If I had my plans, I'd be going into hibernation for the 6 weeks. But you know, the big machine just keeps on going, mate.
Right.
Big wheel keeps on turning.
Yeah.
You know, and we're having like a multi-sports camp, football camp and rugby camps running through the summer. There's one starting on the 29th of August, on Tuesday the 29th of August to Friday the 1st of September, just before the kids go back to school. Let them burn off some energy, you know, and it's a good one to get down to, you know, like just before summer ends. Yeah. Get you doing some sports, get you running about.
Well, and where are they at, and how much are they?
The first 2 days are at the Cramlington Sporting Club, and then on the third, so that's the Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on the Thursday and Friday they're held at Ponteland First School. All our camps are ran from like 10 a.m. in the morning till 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It's only £10 a day to book on. You know, like we've got like a lot of these ones, like parents like to ask how we book on. Some just do drop in, but we prefer to be booked on just so we know the numbers for.
Of course, got a plan, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's for us to plan. You know, just so they have the best possible time that they can have. Just drop us a message on Facebook, or if you want, email us at rocketscommunity@gmail.com.
Brilliant. And I'll tell you what we'll do, because we're nice guys here at Koast Radio on the sideline. We'll stick that link on the Facebook page. Of course, we'll put it out there, we'll share it. Anybody that does want to get involved with the Rockets, certainly for the fantastic work that you're doing in the community, they can do so, and we'll get the word out there for you, mate.
No, thank you very much, guys. So did I pass me interview? Am I going on the game show?
Tell us, get in touch with us.
We'll send you that out by letter, mate.
Oh,
we'll let you know.
Touch with us, we'll get in touch with you.
Wow.